When it comes to Genesis 2, rat holes are hidden everywhere, so we proudly present top 3 all-time best rat holes with full base designs on Genesis Part 2. This video is sponsored by My Servers Deluxe. Deluxe is a 3x server with 5x matching and 3x experience. Deluxe has 6-man tribes, ORP, new player protection, raid warning, and so much more. Here at Deluxe, we ensure that you have an amazing experience with lag-free servers. Servers are now live, link in the description. Coming at number 3, this can be found at 59.1 latitude and 23.1 longitude, and then here it is on the map. Now this can be found over on the left side of the map in the more kind of wastelandic kind of area. And anyways, over here, as you can see, there are these giant tentacle looking things. Basically the rat holes are right under the top one. So if you go over to the giant tentacle and then go right here, you'll find a nice little rat hole. Now this rat hole is hidden very well because it is pretty much invisible to see from the outside. Sadly, the inside is not as big as it really should be, honestly. I wish that this was a lot bigger, otherwise this would have been like amazing rat hole. But anyways, it's a little bit tight in here, but if you're kind of a smaller tribe and you want to build more of a compact kind of base and live pretty hidden, this is a pretty good rat hole for you as long as you don't build on the outside. But unfortunately, we are going to be building on the outside for this one, so it kind of gives away the spot for people that basically already don't know. So anyways, let's get on to the full base design. And now here is the full base design. As you can see, this is built with 2 cliff platforms, meaning that if you destroy the bottom cliff platform, the top one will stay, as well as the opposite one. So there's a pretty good amount of turrets on here, actually exactly the 100 turret limit, so if you are above the 100 turret limit, I highly recommend putting a lot more turrets on this. Sadly, I was unable to do that on the very top, because defending the top of this is actually just one really difficult task, so I'll just put some hatch frames right here. If you know of a different way, feel free to use it, but this is the best way that I found. So anyways, as you can see, there are a ton of bear traps on the top, and we have a pretty nice pattern with the techs and the heavies being more techs than heavies. Now on the inside, down here is a nice little kind of dino storage or like dino raising area for you guys if you really want to use it or not. Then up top, we have our main base. We have 3 smithies, 5 fabricators, 3 chem benches, 2 indie forges, 1 replicator, and then I believe 13 vaults. And as you can see, the crafting station is pretty compact. Yes, we had to kind of squish some stuff together to make stuff fit, but it works out great. Over here we have a grill and a cooker, and then up here we have some cryo refrigerators, and then a tech jenny and 2 beds. Up above the vaults is about 10 refrigerators, so it was pretty easy to fit a lot of stuff in here. Now yes, we can't fit all of the main stuff in here, so I highly recommend building like some egg incubators maybe somewhere else, or maybe even in this bottom layer. Coming at number 2, this can be found at 79.1 latitude and 38.9 longitude. And then here it is on the map. But this can be found over in the bottom left corner of the map, kind of towards the middle-ish, but bottom left. So anyways, this rat hole, there's actually about 4 of these on the map. So I guess the devs of this map just decided to basically copy and paste these big pillars everywhere, but inside of the pillars are nice rat holes. And these rat holes are honestly a pretty good size, but they're a little bit tricky to work with. Meaning it's just an awkward layout with the terrain and everything, but they make for an amazing base spot. It's pretty flat on the inside and you have multiple rooms, this being the first room in here, so it's decently flat and it actually expands out onto the side over here, and then there is a little crouch entrance over here which opens up into this room. Now this room's a little bit bigger and it has a lot more room in it, but it still is kind of odd to build in here, so it's going to be a little tricky. Things are going to have to be a little bit compact in here, but basically the outside of it, having it super high up, makes it for a really good spot because not a lot of people can actually get up to you, and it's gonna be a pretty hard raid, honestly. So without any further ado, let's get straight on to the full base design. Now here is the full base design. As you can see, again, just like the last one, I decided to do a cliff platform. Cliff platforms are just perfect for these kind of bases, as there's really no other better way to defend these spots than a hanging tower. This hanging tower also has some nice kind of dino gate frames over here, which basically kind of help from having people kind of push up on it. Now I highly recommend expanding that a ton. Then up top we have a giant cliff plat kind of circle, like half circle thing. So this basically stops any dinos from being able to like jump off and then easily get up right on it. And it also kind of helps that people can't really foundation spam that top area too. So on here we have a nice little ratio of 2 techs to 1 heavy, basically meaning that these techs are just going to overpower everything and kill stuff, because you guys highly actually recommended that in the comments to stop doing that and just focus on mainly more techs than heavies. So that's what we're going to start doing with these builds. So anyways, coming on the inside, we have a door right there, and then we have a transmitter, a grill, a cooker, and then a refrigerator right there. We have a feeding trough, 3 egg incubators, and about 15 refrigerators over here. And that's it for this first room. It's more of kind of like a dino raising area for like smaller dinos, or maybe like one at a time. In here we have 2 beds, about 15 vaults, and these vaults are pretty much our main vault area except for upstairs right here. There's some more up there. Over here we have our tech genny along with a cryo fridge in there. And we have 3 more cryo fridges, a vault right there, a full crafting station with 3 anti-forges, 1 replicator, 5 fabricators, and 4 smithies. And then we also have 5 chem benches over here, and then an indie grinder right there. Now coming upstairs, this is our upstairs area, basically built 2 layers up. This is our main kind of like logout area for your players, so you have some mannequins, some beds, and then some more vaults up here. So that's it for this one. And coming at number 1, this can be found at 52.2 latitude and 67.7 longitude. And here it is on the map. Now this one is definitely my favorite location on this entire map, because it's just a pretty insane spot. So this rat hole is kind of more of like a mesh error that the devs still have not fixed to this day. Don't know why, but after all, it is ARK. I mean, you can't expect much out of them. But anyways, over here in this corner, it is literally invisible until you're on top of it, but it's just a nice little slit that kind of opens up into this just enormous rat hole. Now, there's one downside of it this spot. This wall that you see that is slanted, you can actually glitch through that and then glitch right out of the rat hole, so you gotta really be careful of that. So as long as you just kind of keep your distance from it, you should be fine. But anyways, in here you have a ton of flat room, you have some nice little terrain that kind of goes up too, make it more of like a little bit of a natural look, and it's also just a pretty good overall base spot to live in. So let's get on to the full base design. And now here is the full base design. Again, just with all these other ones, we have a nice little cliff platform with some hanging turrets on it. So this one is actually more of a circular one, so there's pretty much a full circle on this for some layers, along with a tech force field and then a tech genny on top to power all the turrets. So up here, yes, we kind of left it open because there's a tech force field, and there's really no need for that, especially if you're going to be getting raided. You can just hop up here and put the force field all the way up, and it'll defend literally every little part of this. Now, this thing has exactly 100 turrets, and I actually had to kind of work with it because we weren't able to fully fit turrets on the hatch frames. Inside, we have a nice little bear trap area, and then along with 3 turrets, basically stop any wandering players from walking in. Then we have some double doors. Right here, we have a full crafting station with just everything that you're going to need. A grill, a cooker, a full vault area, and then a refrigerator right there. As you can see, we have an entire full vault area. And then upstairs, we have this, and then we have a nice little daddy storage area. We have a grinder right there, some more vaults, some egg incubators, some cryos, and then we have some more refrigerators back here. Upstairs is just our main logout area. We basically have some mannequins and some beds and then some vaults, a transmitter, and some more cryo refrigerators. So that's it for this one. We hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like if you're new and hit the subscribe button. And thanks for watching.